gentleman, Rusty, is a representative from Leaf, and he's been in law enforcement for quite a while in his life, was his career. I'm going to ask Rusty to kind of say his opinion on this drug war.
All right, my name is Rusty White. I went into the Department of Corrections in 1973, worked maximum security, death row, in admin seg from 73 to 78. Left the department, went back into corrections again in 88 and 89. I was a narc dog trainer, track attack dog handler, and a weapons team member in those years. And due to my conscience, I left for industry and the trade in 1989. The drug war is a farce, simply because by its own lack of production and own lack of merit, it's a failure. Not my belief. If you take its own records, the fact that we spent $1 trillion, the fact that we did it for 70 years, drugs are still cheaper than they were, easier to get, still accessible to our young, and we've done nothing. None of the goals that have promised to us by this policy have been even closely, obtained. And the other side of this is the addiction of the legal side of the drug war. Very seldom do people approach that. There's a legal side, and I'm not talking about legal pharmaceutical drugs. I'm talking about the ones who make a living off of this drug policy. The prisons, the courts, the attorneys, a whole gamut of who makes a living off of it. No longer is there any prisons in this country. There are now people ranches. Because we're ranching people for profits. Because if you're in the Department of Corrections, your budget is directly related to how many people you have incarcerated. So the more people you have incarcerated, the more money your budget gets. So therefore, the laws help. The fear factor keeps the elderly supporting these programs, but it doesn't do any good. The other side of this coin is the younger ones. Right now, our government is taking our tax dollars and telling teachers and educators around this country, if you will implement a program of drug testing without probable cause, drug testing every one of them, we've got $25 million, we'll help you get it started. And 3 years later, you have to carry it on your own. We can only help you get it started, then you're going to have to fund it. Now, I have serious ramifications with this. In my opinion, they're teaching our children to become subjugated and give up their rights. They cannot do that to us because we know we have rights. We stand up for ourselves. But if we can teach our children to accept it and that it's a norm, then the next generation will be even easier to control. And then you have a dictatorship.
So what would you say to the younger kids out here, the children in college, our children in high school?
Stand up. Pay attention. You have rights and freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution. Our ancestors and our forefathers died to give you these rights. Don't let them take them from you. Don't give them the satisfaction of accepting federal money and then telling you got to pee in a cup because some guy from the federal government gave me money, so now I'm going to take away your rights. Even though you may be a minor or you may be a young person, you still are afforded the rights in this country. Don't let them take them away. Stand up. Don't accept it. Get educated. Get involved. In numbers, we have a voice if we all stand together. And I don't care what your desire is in this drug war. We all know there's only two options. If you boil it down to simplicity, there's only two options. The first option being we can leave it like we have for the last 70 years and watch our young kids die, watch the gun battles, watch the innocent people get killed, watch the drugs run rampant on our streets. That's because we leave it in control of the bad guys. Or we can control it just like we did alcohol. Our grandparents and forefathers had enough intelligence and sense to know the prohibition of alcohol was wrong, and they had the foresight and the heart to correct it. I pray to God we have the same foresight to do with what we're doing now.
It takes a lot of courage to speak this way, and I personally am thankful that there are people that have been in law enforcement that have walked away in disgust. I mean, it's a situation like Vietnam where the only thing you could do is say no.
Well, it's not an easy choice to make. if you look at it, if you look at the facts, an officer to make the stand that we're making, that isn't a light decision. We are the warriors of the drug war. We believed in it so much that we put our lives into it. And then for one day to look in the mirror and realize that you're part of the problem instead of part of the answer, that's not an easy thing to do. But at the same time, if you're a true American and have a conscience, you have to make that choice. You have to make that choice. And that's what I've done, and that's what my brothers and sisters have done in this organization. We've stood up and said, wait a minute, it was a noble idea, it was done with the best intentions in the world, but we're all pro-cop, we're all pro-police. We just want some common sense and respect brought back to our trade. We want to take it away from being a profiteering, you know, there's so many ways now, any means justifies the ends, and that's wrong. That's wrong.
Rusty, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we will all one day sit down and say, boy, that was one big nightmare that we're thankful is behind us.
Well, you're on the right track because it's going to take the young.
That's right.
Us old farts, we ain't going to be around forever, and I don't think we'll get it done in the next 5 years.
I know.
But in numbers, we have power. And if you can ignite them and let them know that their future is in jeopardy, and their babies' future is in jeopardy. If they don't stand up now, their babies won't have near the lack of freedom they have now. The bad days we remember now are the good days our kids remember. That's sad. That's sad.
That is true. Thank you, Rusty.